Welcome to Michael Zane Trustee's TrackTalk, where every track tells a story. Paul McCartney has never hidden his admiration for Elvis Presley. Long before the Beatles became a worldwide sensation, McCartney was a young boy in Liverpool, glued to the radio, captivated by the raw power of the king of rock and roll. Elvis wasn't just an influence, he was a revelation. For Paul, two songs in particular shaped his love for rock and roll and stayed with him for a lifetime. The first was Heartbreak Hotel. Released in 1956, it was the record that exploded across the world and changed music forever. McCartney remembered the first time he heard it. It was electrifying. You heard people saying, "I've never heard anything like that before, man." To this day, he describes it as a moment of shock and awe, the sound that cracked open the door to the rock revolution. But there's another Elvis track that holds an even more personal memory for McCartney, All Shook Up. It wasn't just the infectious rhythm or Presley's swaggering vocals that stuck with him. For Paul, it was the song that literally made him feel better. He once told Taylor Swift in a Rolling Stone interview about being a teenager at a fairground in Liverpool. He and his mates were all chasing after a beautiful girl who seemed to glow in the crowd. But suddenly, Paul was hit with a pounding headache. They put on All Shook Up, and by the time the song ended, the pain was gone. McCartney laughed about it years later. "I thought, that's powerful." So when we talk about the Beatles' roots, it's impossible not to trace them back to Elvis. For Paul McCartney, Elvis Presley wasn't just an idol. He was the spark that lit a fire. And decades later, those songs, Heartbreak Hotel and All Shook Up, still echo as reminders of the King's lasting influence. This has been Track Talk. I'm Michael Zane Trustee. If you love stories where music history comes alive, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join me for the next track, because every track tells a story.